This week we went to go see Joker Folie in IMAX. That's right, in IMAX, but is it any good? We'll talk. Hi, how you doing today? It's Just Jess here. Hope you're having a good day. And today, yes, we went to go see Joker Folie in IMAX, but is it worth it in that format? Honestly, yes and no. I mean, technically speaking, the movie is filmed for IMAX, so what does that mean for you as a viewer? It's probably presented in 70mm format. You get to experience the extended aspect ratio. Now let's look at some scenes provided by Instagram's and Joker page or IMAX's page. So link below for the sources that I use to back up my claims that you should go see this in IMAX. So let's look at the first scene. So basically they're walking in the courtroom scene. This is what you would get in the non-traditional IMAX experience. Now let's bump up the screen size to see what you'll get in a fuller, wider version. So yeah, when you go see this in IMAX, you understand the gravity of the scene. Now you get to see more of the bottom as the crowd, as the cameras, they're cheering him on, and it just feels a more cinematic experience. Let's look at another scene provided by the same website and same Instagram. This is just Harley Quinn and Joker when they're in the Arkham Asylum. So it looks pretty cool with the contrast of the colors of the two sides, what they're doing, and the movie that they're planning to watch. Now this is what you will get in a non-traditional IMAX screen. Now let's of course bump up the aspect ratio to see what you would get in an IMAX setting. So very different style of scene compared to the one in the courtroom and the outside. Yeah, you still get the fuller colors, and of course you get that cinematic experience. So this is not just me shouting from the rooftops that you should go see this in IMAX. Back up by IMAX itself, and of course sources below, links below, so you can see, so you can click on them yourself. You get to also experience the proprietary sound that provides powerful in-depth audio experience. As for the singing, because it is a musical, that should have been left out in my opinion. I mean, it's fine, but it's not going to do anything overall to add to the Joker movie. As much as I personally like IMAX, and some of you know on this channel that I love IMAX, I love Dolby, I love seeing movies in the best premium format possible, I can't believe that this movie leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and I guess you're going to hear this a lot. It's very disappointing, so God forbid you see this in the normal format. Oh my God, normal. You know, for a movie like this, it really doesn't matter because the story and the direction they took creatively is such in a negative light that I feel like it undermines the first Joker movie to a degree. It's just like it really changes it, and honestly I feel kind of terrible and kind of bad because I don't like bashing on movies, but to be very honest with you, this movie is not that great. Joker 2, Joker Folie is a suspenseful musical thriller movie. It's a sequel to the 2019's Joker that literally came out in the same week, first week of October, and Arthur Fleck is on trial for the crimes that he's committed based on his past, his Joker or different persona. Now that he's on trial, what about Harley Quinn? Will they walk out together? Will he get committed? Will he be released? Find out as we talk about it. I don't want to talk about spoilers, especially on this review, so the review that you're clicking is no spoilers, but please subscribe because we are definitely doing a spoiler talk. There's just a lot that we need to talk about that I can't talk about here because of course we're doing no spoilers. We meet Arthur Fleck at Arkham Asylum, still having the same resemblance as the first Joker movie did in 2019, as he get a chance at a lifetime what people are considering the trial of the century, and it's also the first time the trial is being broadcasted worldwide. Now keep in mind this is like 1985 I believe, and shout out to Mr. Alfredo, Gigi, and Brett. They're our friends, but they're also teammates that I work with. We were having a healthy discussion and healthy debate yesterday about the movie because they all saw it this weekend, right? Mr. Alfredo said, he basically said this is a drawn out courtroom scene movie, and I absolutely LOL'd at that because it's true, it is true, but there's so much more to that. Brett, Gigi, and Alfredo, my friends, I'm gonna reference them a lot because they liked it more than I did. I mean, yeah, I don't think they loved it or liked it as much as they thought they were going to, like I did as well. You know, going into the movie I was like, yeah, this is gonna be amazing, but it's really not. So we're gonna talk about the healthy debate throughout this movie review. We quickly meet Harley Quinn at the institution of Arkham Asylum, as together they start this friendship slash relationship, kind of toxic, but it shows you a different take on the character trying to team up to try to escape Arkham Asylum, which is the jail, or the courts to get him back into life. A brief history with the franchise. I saw the first one back in 2019, so literally 5 years ago. This weekend when I was on my phone, Snapchat stories told me that I went to go see the IMAX movie of the first Joker in 2019 in the same theater, literally in the same theater that I went to go see the second one. Ever since 2019, I have revisited that movie 2 times in the month of October. I think in 2021 I saw it again at my home, you know, streaming, and then 2 days ago on Friday night I revisited to get in preparation for this movie, and the sequel I saw it on Sunday, and the first movie was held to such high regard. A lot of people were thinking it as a masterpiece because it was a different take on a darker, grittier take on the Joker persona that comes up to becoming not one of Batman's villains, not even the one to fight him, an intriguing psychological take on the villain larger than life character. I'm very disappointed to say this movie does not come close to the first one. I mean, some could say it doesn't even hold a candle to the original installment because they basically took a lot of things that made the first one so great and stripped it down to bare bones and like just throw it away, which is bad because we love the first one for its unique tone and for the second one to take a creative, bold decision, which is commendable, but I don't think it was right for this particular movie. Lady Gaga is great and does a good job for what she's giving. Now, we all know she can act without even singing, and the singing is not the problem of this movie, is that we know she can act like she did in House of Gucci, which critics and audience were kind of divided, but they came out in Thanksgiving, which I also have a review of that, and I actually really like that. So we know she's a performer and an actress. She brings a different side to Harley Quinn that's much more grounded in real life with the makeup, but she still has it, but not like all that crazy makeup with the I guess some would call it high-pitched voice, as we get in other versions of media such as the video games, comics, or other movies, hence like Birds of Prey. Oh, and by the way, some of the scenes they used in the movie to create the marketing material are not even here. I never watch trailers when I go see the movie. I do see it after to give you a better comprehensive review, but the scenes where Harley Quinn and Joker, they even have a poster of the marketing material where they're dancing, you know, in the stairs like in the first movie. They don't even have that here. Hopefully they release it for the extended cut on Blu-ray or online, but it's like, wow, dude, you trailered this movie to become like Harley Quinn and Joker, but for you to take out that iconic scene that made the first one so amazing when he's walking down the stairs. For them, they could have easily capitalized it on the second installment with this movie with both of them together. They don't even have that, and in the trailer it's just for a little glimpse, and they even have a poster. It's so crazy that they took that out. I'm like, what? You should have doubled down on that, which we'll talk about more of that in a minute. I did like the chemistry between Harley Quinn and Arthur Fleck as she tries, like when they're first starting, she tries to tell him jokes, dark jokes, and telling like how she's killing her father. They put the house on fire, and it's such a good foundation. And I wouldn't want to say this like lifelong journey because we know what happens at the end, aka Birds of Prey, but still a great fundamental start to their sexy psychotic relationship, taking over the world like Bonnie and Clyde style. The jokes she uses to tell him are also influential, are nice because Arthur Fleck, especially if you read the comics or if you played the video games or other movies, it represents her idea because she does bail him out of certain situations. You know, she helps him out escape from jail a few times. She also like helps him whatever he needs, like to take over the world or like getting someone killed, God forbid, in the comics world. One thing that does still hold up is the cinematic shots and of course the soundtrack and cinematic scores the movie uses to use Arthur Fleck and Joker, like especially when he's crying in the rain. But I feel like I was such holding on to that to dear life because I'm like, yes, this is what made the first one so commendable, especially when he's dancing after killing those 3 guys in the first subway scene. He's like, oh my god, doing that dance. You kind of don't get that here. I mean, yeah, he still thinks about it, but still I'm like, wow, like yes, we're back into the Joker persona. Yeah, we're amazing, we're darker, we're grittier. But then the movie quickly comes back to the, oh, this is Joker 2 we're talking about. This is not that good. So I'm just like, damn, because it's like, dude, you should have kept it like the first one, but you didn't. So now it's kind of bad. I'm sorry, but I really didn't like Arthur Fleck or Joker in this movie. It really feels like the character doesn't know what he wants to be. More on that in the spoiler review. But it just felt like they stripped him down to bare bones. What made the first one movie so great is I thought he was just coming into the Joker persona. Like, I didn't think it was just a different side of him. I thought the Joker was like taking over. This is gonna be your new person now. It's not even gonna be Arthur Fleck anymore. But this movie just changes it because he's still grappling with that. I mean, yeah, it's years later, and maybe because he was not in jail back then, he was like out in the world killing people. And now that he's in jail, taking his meds, doing his routine, he probably doesn't have that anymore. You know, you see him like, wow, you know, especially when he starts singing. I don't have a problem with him singing. It's just that he doesn't know what he wants to be. It feels like based on what the movie is showing me. I'm 50-50 when it comes to musicals, and it's weird because when I was younger, I used to be involved in show choir and performer and dancing, like with high school and even college. I still dance now. Sometimes I gotta get back in the gym, but for some reason, I guess when I go to a movie, I want a different kind of cinematic experience. I mean, I did really like The Greatest Showman and also Pitch Perfect series, but I did not like Wonka, and I was okay with West Side Story and In the Heights. Don't get me wrong, the singing is fine and they can sing, they have great voices, but I just felt like the singing musicals here was not the greatest creative choice, is what I would say. They should have took out the singing, deleted the singing, and doubled down on what made the first one so great, such as the darker, grittier mood on Joker persona, especially Harley Quinn inclusion to that, which more to talk about in the spoiler review. In the end, we'll do a spoiler review, so please subscribe for that. But I'm very disappointed in this movie, and it really made me sad watching it because it went in a different route, and it really undermines what made the first one so great, and it's just baffling me that actually made this product. Now, don't get me wrong, now I'm talking in like vaguish terms because I don't want to tell you the spoilery stuff, but it really just left a sour taste in my mouth, and it was very disappointing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a D, and I saw this in IMAX, so your results may vary. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you so much. Go ahead and click that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.